You give that to us this week. The community we're trying to reach, these mining communities, they may not even understand what we're trying to do here, but they do understand enough to have a meeting in the village when the World Bank representative comes in and asks them a bunch of questions, and they'll be honest about it. They'll complain, but at least they'll share. They're going to give us the information we need. And everybody gets back. The sponsors get to write a glamorous report and circulate it to all of their donors and government aid organizations, and the circle goes around for them. The community, of course, wins. They may get a new tool, a new solution, a new program, a new possibility. Whether it's youth employment, or education, or clean water. Okay? And what do you get? Is that the next question? You give all this time, energy, what do you get? I want to be very clear about what you get. There's two sides to it. There's what everybody gets, whether you're on a team or not, whether your team wins or not. Everybody's going to get those things that we on data. Someone to the data seminar, and each team will want to send someone to the tools seminar. So you know what we have, what you have, what you can use. Maybe you've done this before. There are a bunch of tech people, ICT developers in here. Maybe you haven't been in a hackathon, but you know how to code. There are a bunch of data analysts and statisticians, people who have worked with data, either in the field or in a spreadsheet. So we have the skills, but we need to focus that on this particular set of challenges. Okay, so we're gonna have these 2 breakout sessions. I don't know if they'll happen at the end of the afternoon today or sometime tomorrow morning. Depends how this team formation process goes. It can be quick, and it can also take a long time. So we have to be a little flexible, and I'm here to guide us through that process. But as Mohammed said, the real goal is that everybody who wants to be on a team is on a team by the end of today. And that team is registered and ready to go. That's our goal. And if anybody has a problem getting themselves situated in a team or finding someone to add to their own team that they know they need and can't quite locate, we're here to help. There are a bunch of us who have done more hackathons than you can count. And we know that it can be a challenge to put together the right team. Believe me, it can be done. I've seen it work almost every single time. So that's the breakout sessions tomorrow, and Thursday morning is all about building stuff. And it's not only apps, and it's not only data sets, it's also a pitch. What are you actually gonna say to the judges? We'll get to that again, coming to that. But it's important that the team, and Mohammed said this, you don't want a team that's just 5 programmers. I've seen it so many times. They're so and then assemble a team. So since this is the important part, let me walk through it. All right. Understanding the challenges. The most important thing here is to understand that we want to use data to develop some kind of information, service, or tool. It could be a mobile app, could be a website, could be something that's neither of the above, that addresses one of the stated 6 challenges with respect to the mining community, right? I don't need to repeat them. If your team comes together with an idea and presents it on your registration form, which is the next step. I skipped ahead, sorry. Okay. Rewind. So now we understand the 6 challenges. Okay? With me? We understand the 6 challenges. In your packet of materials, there's a sheet of paper with 3 boxes on it. They are all the same, all 3. They're meant to be a worksheet for you to think about the idea that you have. And there are a few things we need to know. There are a few things we need to hear from you when you come up here after lunch. After lunch, you will come up here and you will tell us your idea. I find that it helps me to have a little cheat sheet, a little piece of paper I've taken some notes on so I don't forget something important. Because we need to know which challenge you're going to work on. We need to know what your background is, okay? We need to know who you're looking for to help you. So other people in the room will say, hey, that was a good idea and that person needs someone like me. We need to know what you're trying to do, what data you're going to use, and how many people, if you already have people on your team, how many do you have? Some people here, how many people here check the box on that survey saying, I registered as a team? Okay, so not a lot. You may find that when you actually look into the idea, you need somebody else on your team. That's up to you. This is a creative process. Let me give you a sample. Okay, this is my sample. I'm going to get up from this seat. I'm going to take the microphone and I'm going to get past my nervousness, because there's no reason, really, to be nervous. I put my name there. It's nice to tell everybody what's your name. I don't think you need to tell everybody how to reach you, email address, phone number. We just do that to help you start thinking. You can even leave that part blank. Indicate which challenge you're going to be working on. So my idea addresses the health and safety challenge. Got it? My idea is about health and safety, according to that list of 6 challenges. My background, I'm an entrepreneur, which means I'm not really going to I'm not going to do the programming, and I maybe understand some things about data, but I'm really going to need some help with that. But I have one person on my team. She came with me, we registered together, and she actually is a data analyst. So really what I'm looking for are about 3 people. Somebody who's a developer, somebody who can tell me if my idea is even going to work in a mining community, because I don't know. It sounded good to me. What do I know? And I need somebody with communication skills, because I'm not going to write that PowerPoints. I don't know color. I don't do that. I'm a business guy. So here's who I'm looking for. How am I doing on time now? Okay. I'm going to really need to power through this. So, first of all, I did this a couple days ago, before all these speakers filled my head with all this new information. So I want you to understand that when I wrote this, okay, the idea is there's a short code on your mobile phone, okay? And if there's some kind of health emergency in the village or on the road or somewhere within the region of the mining community, if there's a health emergency or some kind of somebody who's really sick, you just dial the short code. It's kind of like what Mr. Herman has talked about, where it knows where you are, and there's a bunch of doctors who are registered on the system, and the system knows where's the closest doctor, and it will send a text message, and the doctor can call back and figure out what's the best thing to do. Make sense? Okay. And the data I'm going to use is, we have the locations of the hospitals, and we have the regions. Okay. How many more minutes? Your stomach's grumbling? I'm not going to mention the word again, I promise. Let me move forward. There's just a little more I have to cover. Okay? He's right around. So now, I just want to help you understand what I learned today that changes my idea. Just to give you a sense of how you can be thinking about this. Okay? So the first thing I thought about was, GIZ, that presentation, GIZ, the woman from GIZ, she made that presentation. She said, there's all too plenty data, and not enough of it is analyzed. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, well, this little app here can collect some really interesting data, like how long it takes the doctor to get to or how far the doctor has to go, or how long it takes, right? And that data is kind of interesting. It's really more interesting to the hospitals, to maybe the Ministry of Health, maybe to the mining company. They want to know where to build. He said he built 2 hospitals, I think he said that. Built 2 hospitals. Where should he build the next one? Right? So let's see. I'm building out this idea a little bit as a result of today's learning. I want to use the data. Maybe it even has value. I learned today that Sarah Rutile needs help. They want tools. Wow. And you know what? Mr. Hess said, you can just walk into the manager's office, sit down, and make a presentation. Well, now, I'm going to do that. He said he needed it. He said I can do that. She said I might have something of value. So I learned a lot more about how this idea might come to life and really change the world a little bit. Clear? So we finished all that. Qualifying as a hackathon team and what makes a winning team. Last 2 things. Qualifying as a hackathon team. After lunch, we're going to do this ideation and team formation. And when you have a team that's aligned around an idea, you're going to take one of these. It's not in your packet. It's a different form. You're going to give us some more details about who's on the team, what tools you're going to use, how it's going to work, what data you're going to use. Okay? And you'll take this to me, and we will register the team. Then you're off and running. So, I was going to say something about luck. How do I win? Some people walk in here and they think it's going to be you got lucky and you got on the right team. Right? And here's what I learned. And it goes back 2,000 years. This is from the Romans. This is from philosophers through the ages. They say there's no such thing as luck. Luck is when opportunity meets the prepared mind. I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of opportunity coming your way in the next few hours. So I hope that this morning helped you prepare your mind. You have a chance here. That's all I want to say about that. How to assemble a team. Take time, listen to the ideas that other people present. If they're a lot like your own idea, that's okay. Consider joining them. It's okay to have two teams working on the same idea too, but we need different people on the team. You already heard why. Why did Plan International go get 50 people from the mining community and make sure that half of them were boys and half of them were girls? Why? Because it works better that way. You get different perspectives and different potential solutions and different skills, and that makes it work. Trust me. On luck. So, you need 4 or 5 members. You need gender balance. If you come to me with 4 guys or 4 women on your team and that's it, I'm going to say, nah, unlikely. Judges won't buy this. Has to address one of the challenges. Has to use open data in some way, shape, or form. You have to be able to describe the problem and the solution so that we'll understand what you're going to be building over the next 2 days. Who you're going to help, which group. Is it going to be women? You know, I also thought maybe in my little healthcare app where you dial the doctor, there should be a privacy setting. Because there are some health issues that you don't want to make public, you know? Maybe we'll have better results with pregnancy issues and even men's health issues if you have a privacy setting. I'm just riffing. And then register. Finally, I think I was there already. What do the judges want? This is in order. The judges are going to give you points. The most points you can get is 100 points. The first category is feasibility. Will it work? If the judges all agree that it will work, you can get 25 points. Scalability. Will it grow? And I don't mean like revenue necessarily. I mean like if you want to reach 10,000 people in rural Sierra Leone, will the solution be able to manage that? It's not always easy. So scalability, will it grow? Does it have a chance to grow? Or will something hold it back? 3, you get 20 points for that. 3, innovation. Innovation, it doesn't have to be brand new to the world. Most things are not brand new to the world. But if you take a tool and apply it to a problem in a way that that tool has not been applied to that problem, that's innovation. Judges are going to look for something new. It doesn't have to be brand new and nobody in the world has ever seen it. I think you understand. If you have questions about that, when you're registering your team, you can answer them. Impact. How likely is it that the solution will actually make a difference in the community it's intended to help? Will it do that? Will it do what it's supposed to do? Will people actually use it? Execution. Do you have a plan? How are you going to get from here to there? We're going to give you 6 weeks, but it's not going to be done. You need a plan. and it can be one slide on your presentation to the judges, but they're going to want to know that you've thought about what it's going to take. Fair? It's only worth 10 points, but every point makes a difference. And lastly, creativity. We put that there because, well, it's fun. It's fun to let people be themselves and create. We want to give you freedom, and we want to inspire you to think a little bit differently, if you want to. It's only 5 points, but creativity counts. Okay, so that's how the judges are going to evaluate your work at the end of the day, Thursday. And that's all I have to say. Let's get started, and I will now use the word lunch.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Beautiful. So guys, we are running a bit short of time. So we really have, what time is it now? So now let's say is 1:52, right? By 2:40, we need to be back, which means by 2:30, I'm going to start calling you back. Now we're going to do the lunch really quick in orderly fashion, right? Those at the back, we started with you first the last time, didn't we? Or how did we do it? We went like this. We started at the front, so we started at the back. So those at the back, can you make your way and start getting the next row and the next row, and we do it really quick. So please,